This is Nasha Kasha Ukrainian Almanac. 28 minutes of stories for everyone about Ukrainian life. Nasha Kasha is heard on 15 campus and community radio stations from Newfoundland to British Columbia. Vitayu! Welcome. This episode was first broadcast in June of 2018. So what do the words Nasha Kasha mean? Kasha is any grain boiled in water or milk. It's warm, restorative, and like life itself, just a little bit messy from time to time. Nasha means that it's ours. My roots in Canada are Ukrainian. No matter what your roots, at the other end of these roots, there are often flowers. For the next 28 minutes, I'll take you to Lindsay, Ontario, and to Montreal to talk about a love of flowers. But first, here's Stephanie Romaniuk and the Time for Summer Flowers, Lito. Stephanie co-wrote and arranged this song. It's from the album Golden Harvest, a celebration of Ukrainian Canadiana.
Надзвичайне літо, кохана укрила моїх думок. Любов, хай шепоче вітер аж до твого вуха, безнадійний я. Серце, хай гоїться серце, далі тебе жду. Я попрошу, хай туди вітер шепить лиш про нашу любов минулу.
I'm in Lindsay, Ontario, 76 kilometers or about an hour's drive northeast of Oshawa along Highway 35. It's a Tuesday evening in mid-May. Here in the hall at St. Paul's Anglican Church on Russell Street, plants and flowers adorn tabletops that have been set up along one wall.
My name is Betty Mitchell, and I am president of the Horticultural Society here in Lindsay. At the present, we have 81 members. This evening, we're having our first flower show of the season.
My name is Lena Wilms, and I'm Vice President of the Horticulture Society here, and I'm also a coordinator of the flower show that we're doing here tonight.
Your club has been around for quite a while.
The Lindsay Horticulture Society has been in existence for 150 years last year, so we celebrated our 150th along with Canada.
And you know what? Your members don't look that old.
Well, no, we age well. What can I say?
Молоді ми і світ нам відкрито, перед нами сміється земля. У житті нам дано полюбити вербовини, ліси і поля. Не стріляй голови у знемозі, бо зірок не побачиш тоді. Уперед нам іти по дорозі, світ є гарний, ми молоді.
My name is Bill Wilms. I'm doing membership.
And if I wanted to sign up, what would it cost?
It would be $20 for a single or $35 for a couple.
For the entire
For a
year?
year.
Сміхається ніжно до тебе, та країна, що сповнена див. Там на горах поближче до неба, хтось не бачив, ні квіти зростив. Як кролята туди ми полинем, по морях поведем кораблі. І ніколи у мандрах не згинем, світ є гарний, ми молоді.
It's a tulip, and it's one that my dad gave me the original bulb. It is red, and it diffuses out into a yellow at the edges. Yeah, it's very stark. It's really showy.
Вперед, уперед нам дорогу опромінює сонце вгорі, а ночами нам буде світити над землею проміння згори. зорі, ми гуртом вирушаємо знову і в упевненій нашій ході. Не завадить ні вітер, ні втома, світі гарний, ми молоді. Ми гуртом вирушаємо знову і в упевненій нашій ході. Не завадить ні вітер, ні втома, світі гарний, ми молоді.
Okay, this is a geranium leaf, and it's got the smell of mint. It's got more mint in it than mint. This is one of the things that got me attracted to geraniums, because the question is, why does the geranium have the smell of mint? Why doesn't it retain geranium? The smell of mint and this geranium smell are very similar, like if you look at the molecule. And so one little change in the genetics converted the geranium smell into the mint smell.
My gosh. And what's the name of this particular geranium?
It's called Pelargonium tomatosum, and commonly called just the mint geranium.
Cool.
Hi, my name is Andy Cherkis. I'm now retired from teaching.
My name is Neoli Cherkis, nee Butkavicius. I used to work for senior care.
Well, let us go way, way back.
My parents married very young. They were both 21. The war broke out and they left Lithuania with the intention of coming home. Home, Lithuania is always home for them. Went into Germany, had a very rough time, ended up being separated and spending time in concentration camps. In 1947, they went to England. In England, they managed to buy a house and find employment. I was born in Coventry, England. From there, they came to Canada in 1952. Ended up in Oshawa. My parents spent a bit of time in Windsor, a little bit of time in London, but ended up settling in Oshawa by 1952, 53. Built a house, and I grew up there.
My family was in Oshawa. I was born in Oshawa, raised in Oshawa. My father came in 1928 when he was 18 years old, which was not the best year to come to Canada. He came from Halachina, Galicia, and that's where my mother's family also came from.
Now, did you meet early on in school?
Him and I, we both went to the same high school, Central High in Oshawa. He was a year ahead of me. We kind of knew about each other, but we didn't formally meet until after graduation.
It was, I finished second year university, you finished first year, and we met at a party of a mutual friend.
What took you so long?
Good question.
What do you mean, what took me so long?
Well, you were in high school. What took you so long?
I was busy with other things.
What took him so long?
I'm not sure. He was really shy there.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. And I don't know. I think we were just doing other things at the time. We knew of each other because it was hard not to know about him. He did lots in the high school. He was, president of student council and drama club and best student awards and things like that. So I always knew who he was. I never thought he knew who I was, but he says he did. So.
Once you got to know each other, when did you know that he would be the guy for you?
First day we went out.
Well, how did he impress you?
Oh, I won't go into detail.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fair.
No, I just found him really nice, really pleasant, and he liked me a lot, and that always helps.
Has she told you this before?
No.
Діставала, що там був останній раз, і поміж нами сотні миль, і не час. Я так хотіла, твій погляд ловила, але все було як у вісні, і все проти нас. Не кажу прощай тобі, над морем повний місяць вдалині. Я не кажу прощай тобі, над хвилями не згаснуть вогні.
My dad said if I married anybody else except a Lithuanian, he would disown me. And I just said, the hell with it. I'm sorry. It was my my decision to continue, and of course my dad came around and he thinks he's wonderful, but my sister married a Ukrainian man as well.
You blazed the trail.
I blazed the trail.
Моя любов ціною мені.
And we married in 73, and then we moved to Elliott Lake.
The year that I graduated Teachers College, there weren't too many teaching jobs out there. And so I was applying all over the place, and the only call I got was from Elliott Lake, and I was told, if you can get here for the interview, you've got the job.
We were up there. We came up for a year and stayed for 9, had 3 children up there. Actually, it gave us a tremendous love for the outdoors.
You were a chemistry teacher in that high school?
Yeah, I was a chemistry teacher at the high school, and then I was a chemistry teacher in Markham and chemistry teacher in Stouffville.
When someone says, get here for the interview and you have the job, that's like saying if he has a pulse, we'll hire him.
Basically, that's what it was like up in Elliott Lake. It was very difficult to get teachers to go up in Elliott Lake, very difficult to get teachers to stay. If anybody gets a chance to visit Elliott Lake during the spring, summer, fall, it's beautiful up there. Super intelligent students. At that time, there was a TV program called Reach for the Top. The top team in Canada was from Elliott Lake. On the other hand, if you go the other way, the lower students, there was a huge gap. Definitely not interested in school. They were going to go and work for the mines, and that was it.
At first it was hard because we've never been that far away from family. I had to look for employment, and I managed to find a wonderful job at a family life center, which sparked an interest in social work, because I ended up going back to York University for a social work degree. So I worked there for 3 years until we started a family.
9 years, you've made friends, you've put down roots, and now you're called away. What happened?
We had a daughter and 2 sons, and growing up in a community that was basically a mining town, it was booming by then. And then our 3rd child had a major health problem. We had to go to Sick Kids back and forth a lot. It's a long drive from Elliott Lake. We had a beautiful little story and a half right on the lake. Elliott Lake, back when we left, was in 1988, was 75% young men under the age of 25. That entails a lot of boozing, a lot of drinking, a lot of noise.
We moved from Elliott Lake to Waterloo, and I started doing graduate work and teaching in an undergraduate lab there.
Lithuanian background, Ukrainian background. How important were your roots?
My parents, my dad especially, their whole lives have been spent with, there has been nothing better or greater or more important than having their life in Lithuania. I don't agree with them. What they mourn is losing their families. I'm going to cry. They left at a very young age. They never thought they would forever lose their families. So they have taken the loss of their families and transferred it to a loss of their native Lithuania. I couldn't speak a word of English when I started grade 1 at the age of 7. It made me upset that why don't I know how to speak English? Like, why was I raised in such a closed-in environment? My mom called them cowboys. Everybody that was Canadian was a cowboy.
You turned out okay.
I think I did, yeah. I think I did, thank you, yeah.
Does it give you satisfaction to know that your kids are basically okay and out the door?
Yeah, our kids have been out the door. Our youngest is 33 years old, so it's been a while. There's always a ball in the air. We have 6 grandchildren.
And finally, can you talk about the horticulture?
Well, Andy happens to be the president of the Ontario Geranium, Pelargonium, and Fuchsia Society. We started attending the meetings. Andy has a tremendous love for anything that is a geranium, pelargonium. That's the fancy name for geraniums.
Mr. President, how did you reach that height?
Nobody else would take the job. They said, "You do it, or folding the group."
What do you gain there? What's the reward?
Meeting with like-minded people. There's always a speaker that presents some sort of topic that always teaches you something that you didn't know before. It's just fun to go.
How long have you lived in Lindsay?
13 months. Once we moved to Lindsay, we said, yeah, this is a great town.
I think you have to trust your instincts, whether it's with relationships or where you are or what you love to do, is just follow your heart.
One of the friends in the Geranium Society told us, even if it's only for a few years and it's something you want to do it, because you'll have no regrets. And that's one of the things, is when you follow your heart, you will have no regrets.
What is it about the beauty of geraniums that draws you?
This variety is Maureen. See the green leaves with the dark edges? Can you notice that?
Yes.
And look at this beautiful flower. See the leaves on that one? Yeah, oops.
This is called crocodile. When you look at it, you understand why it's called crocodile. It just looks like
the veining.
This is another one. You can see the variety of a different flower from the Maureen.
So it's the flower part, but also the leaves intrigue you.
The leaves are very intriguing, yeah.
This is called stellar, because the
leaves are star-shaped.
That's right. There's a lot of them that have different scents. Mint-scented, spice-scented, pine-scented, rose-scented, citrus-scented. Actually, out of the mint-scented one, you can make mint-flavored cakes, mint-flavored chocolate, mint-flavored whatever with it.
So sight, smell, and taste.
Yes.
Yeah, everything.
Thank you so much. This has been delightful.
Okay.
Thank you. How do you say "дуже дякую" in Lithuanian? Thank you very much.
Ačiū labai.
Ačiū labai? Ačiū labai.
You're listening to Forget Me Not Blue. It's composed and performed by Evan Wish. Evan was born in Winnipeg, and he now resides in Los Angeles. Earlier in the show, you heard Molodime. We Are Young. It's by Rushnichok. The Flight of the Falcons is from the vinyl recording 40 Favorite Lithuanian Melodies. And Ne Kažu Prashchai, I'm Not Saying Goodbye. It's by Lama from Ukraine with lead singer Natalia Zenkiu. Nasha Kasha comes to you from CHRW 94.9 FM on the campus of Western University in London, Ontario. We're heard on CHMR 93.5 FM in St. John's, Newfoundland, on CKDU 88.1 FM in Halifax, on Local 107.3 FM in St. John, New Brunswick, on CJAS Radio 93.5 in St. Augustine, Quebec, on CJLO 1690 AM in Montreal, on CFRC 101.9 FM in Kingston, on CFMU 93.3 FM in Hamilton, on CKMS 102.7 FM in Kitchener-Waterloo, on CKLU 96.7 FM in Sudbury, on CILU 102.7 FM in Thunder Bay, on 101.5 UMFM in Winnipeg, on CFMQ 98.1 FM in Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan, on CFBX 92.5 FM in Kamloops, and on CIVL 101.7 FM in Abbotsford, British Columbia. Nasha Kasha is also a podcast. Subscribe for free at most podcast providers.
Що ви якраз робите?
То я набираю воду, щоб намочити спонж, який буду вживати до композиції на похорон.
At a flower shop on the Rue Bélanger in Montreal's Rosemont district, the owner is soaking a sponge. It will hold the stems of a flower arrangement. Tomorrow, that arrangement will drape the coffin at a funeral home visitation.
Так не раз, що рано треба їхати по квіти, свіжі привезти, почистити, вставити до води, і є найкраще робити на другий день.
It's best if the sponge soaks overnight. With flowers at the ready, the casket arrangement will take but an hour to create. It is stressful, however. You have to be organized, have flowers in reserve. All too often, there are last-minute calls to request same-day deliveries to a funeral. Planning ahead is much appreciated, the owner says.
На похорон є дуже важко підготувати і є стрес, бо то треба скоро все. І то треба мати зорганізоване трохи в резерві квіти, а як нема, ну то найкраще є, як людина, котра хоче на похорон, повідомляє буде найменше на день скоріше.
I ask, so when preparing to die, should one phone ahead?
По обіді то вже є стрес. Бо
Так що як готуємося вмирати, треба наперед замовляти.
ну, родина мусить бути свідома того, що як хоче квіти замовити.
No, Stefan. It's the family. The family should plan ahead and call the florist.
Не чекати до останньої хвилини, тільки бодай телефонічно повідомити, що хоче.
Вибачайте, я жартую. Добре. Чи ви би могли себе самі представити? 3, 2, 1.
Добрий день, я називаю się Софія Курхан, народилам się w Polsce, w дуже чудовому містечку, добре місто називається.
Zofia Korhan was born in Poland. She comes from a good place. That's a town, really. It's called a good place. Zofia tells me that she is determined to be a good person having come from that good place.
Перший момент, який я з свого життя пам'ятаю, я була мала, мам 4 рочки. Ми мешкали при такому водопаді.
When she was 4, she recalls walking with her mother picking yellow and blue spring flowers. There were so many they overflowed and she squeezed them tightly, so tightly her mother remarked that they would be crushed. She loved them so much, she says, she just couldn't let go.
Mama, ale ja ich tak lubię i się mocniejsze styskałam. Także to był mój pierwszy pogląd, wspomnień z kwitami. Ja zowsім інакший мала намір, мала бути...
Good at math, her intention was to become a locomotive mechanic like her father.
На колеї працював там, де поїзди відпускають. І я до тої школи хотіла йти, бо я дуже добра з математики була і фізики.
Він керував чи він перепускав поїзд?
No, він працював як в групі ремонтовій.
It was not to be. She wasn't able to enroll and chose gardening and agriculture as an alternative career stream.
Через припадок відкрили школу, то się називала огороднича школа дволітна.
Велика родина, брати, сестри.
Я маю одну сестру, котра мешкає коло батьків.
У доброму місті, так?
Трохи в доброму місті, а ми перенеслися до Ольштина, бо то були землі колишні Пруси.
She has one sister, and they moved to a former Prussian territory called Holstein.
Містечко все зелене, і я там мала нагоду і працювати, і закінчила б школу, і там працювала.
There she studied and worked in a store.
Не мій приватний, але то було з тої фірми, де я працювала.
The studies she finished were not botanical studies, rather planting, vegetable growing, flowers and decoration.
То, що я кінчала огородництво, і в тим, де я вчилася, було і садівництво, і вирощувати ярину, і декоративні проєкти на місто, і квіти.
Як ви знайшлися в Канаді?
До Канади також через припадок.
In 1989, her husband Bogdan went to Austria to work in order to earn enough money to purchase a home back in Poland. Bogdan is a lathe machine operator and he was recruited to work in Canada by a parts manufacturer from Montreal.
Pan Węgier приїхав глядати робітника. Мій чоловік є токар, і він мав підприємство, де виробляли якісь частини. Тут в Канаді я як приїхала...
Having arrived here when Zofia's cousin was getting married and her mother-in-law-to-be was ordering flowers, intrigued, Zofia went along.
Віктор Greenhouse. Це є наш українець, який мав на Монт-Роял свій квітковий магазин і теплиці.
The Ukrainian-speaking owner of Victor's greenhouse recognized Zofia's skills.
Я кажу, в моїм життю то все є Боже провидіння. І я втуди зацікавилася, як він то робить, що робить. І пан Віктор зорієнтувався, що я ще на тим розумію, і я втуди спитала, чи я би могла в нього працювати.
He offered her a job. She would work there for almost 15 years.
Пан Віктор здecydував, що відходить на пенсію. Перше пропонував мені купити його бізнес. Це було завелике для мене. Я знала, що я собі з тим не дам ради, бо то є, я щось хотіла маленьке.
He was retiring and ended up recommending all of his clients in her direction.
Ви мені казали, як я зайшов до вашого магазину, що дехто часом приходить тільки, щоб подивитися і відсвіжити себе.
Так, я знаю, що люди люблять природу. Люди люблять заходити до квіткових магазинів, бодай ще тільки подивити на колор, на форму, на запах, бо є квіти, які пахнуть.
Sometimes, Zofia says, people will just walk in off the street for what she calls floral therapy, getting away from the gray of life. It's free, she tells
Чи ви
them.
часом приходите і так збоку дивитеся, як...
You may find Zofia attending a wedding or a funeral, closely investigating the underpinnings of the floral displays. She says she's always eager to learn.
Мої очі все будуть скеровані на квіти, а де композиція, які я ще ніколи не робила, то вибачте, але я можу там зайти і підглядати від споду, там, що там вони вживали, як робили.
Що чоловік робить, коли він хоче вам квіти купити? Де він їх знаходить? Він не може до вас прийти.
То є маленька проблема.
So, what, I ask, does Bogdan do when he wants to give her flowers?
Які називають Соня, то є приблизно назва подібна до мого ім'я.
There was a time when he would bring her Sonias, a rose that was very close to her name and to her heart. He now jokes that with so many around her daily, she may not want to see any more flowers, but he does find a way to slide a few more her way. In closing, she says, to live and to work among the flowers.
Перебування серед квітів.
It's my hobby, my work, and my fulfillment.
Хобі і праця, і задоволення.
You're listening to Christina Solovi and her 2015 song called Ticha Voda, Calm Waters.
Тиха вода, тайлем на Бескіді. Давно я не пила з милим на бесіді. Рада пія, ту водицю пити. Рада пія, з милим говорити. Рада пія, ту водицю пити. Рада пія, з милим говорити.
Nasha Kasha does not accept remuneration for the stories that we tell. We gratefully acknowledge the support of the Ukrainian Credit Union and the Ukrainian Canadian Foundation of Taras Shevchenko.
Казав милий, що мене попросить, як на горі пшеницю покосить. Він покосив, вже осінь минає, він женить перед друг, а мене лишає. Він покосив, вже осінь минає, він женить перед друг, а мене лишає.
Завершаємо нашу передачу. Я ваш репортер Стефан Андрусяк. До милої зустрічі за тиждень часу, дорогі слухачі.